And then the farmer looked at the pig and said, "That'll do, pig, that'll do." And they all lived happily ever after. The end. Wow. I love books. I wonder what book I should read next. I know. I'll go to TikTok for some book recommendations. La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-da.
You sure you can handle all of us, sweetheart? You like the way it hurts? Does it make you mad? Make you want to fight back? When her childhood ex-best friend has a tracker implanted in her tooth so he never loses her.
It's against the law. You're my teacher.
When your stalker is hiding under your bed while you enjoy a little self-care. He stalked her, unalived people, then her with a around her.
Yes, folks, this video is about BookTok. I did it! I made the 1 millionth BookTok video! Look, I know literally everyone on YouTube has made a video about BookTok. I think even that David after the dentist kid made a video about BookTok. And he's still the same age, isn't that weird? But you know what? There can only be one best BookTok video. Maybe that'll be this one. Now for a quick recap of the BookTok situation, in case you've been living under a rock, if you're more of a rockworm than a bookworm, BookTok started off as a community on TikTok made up of average book readers looking for book recommendations, sharing book reviews, and just generally discussing literature. But over time, as all internet communities eventually do, BookTok has become overrun by perverts. And now there's a whole giant segment of the BookTok community dedicated to posting excerpts from the dirtiest and most depraved romance books out there. Now let me quickly say, this video is all in good fun. I'm not trying to actually shame anybody for their taste. If you're into this stuff, I don't care. Now one of the most important bits of BookTok terminology to know is spice, which basically means smut. Although maybe not quite, because some people seem to make a distinction between spice and smut, where smut is like the more extreme version, and that's when you start getting into dark romance territory. Calling yourself a dark romance girly is basically a way of telling the world that you have extra freaky taste in smut. Now I should preface this stuff with some trigger warnings for, let's see, everything imaginable, because no joke, it's gotten to a point where a high number of trigger warnings is actually a selling point for these books.
Just a sick world we're living in, sick people.
I should also note that being unfamiliar with the books in question, I can't always tell exactly how dirty a particular book excerpt is. Like this.
You're going to come home to me every day and sit at my table and warm my bed, and you're going to give me a Will Grayson 4.
I don't know if he's saying like he wants a child, or if Will Grayson 4 means something dirty. Is a level 4 Will Grayson like an advanced sex move or something? I don't know. I'm just confused and scared. With so much BookTok content out there, posts tend to get categorized into tropes or themes, like enemies to lovers is a popular one.
When they're enemies, but he gets jealous after seeing her with someone else at the party. So he goes to her room that night and says, "Ask me what I want." "What do you want?" "I want you to kiss me back," he whispered. "But you..." He shut me up by slamming his lips on mine.
I wonder what she was gonna say before he kissed her. "But you just killed my whole family right in front of me." She fought her way through more than 20 men and is exhausted, to the point where she can barely stand. Her enemy picks her up. Wait, her enemy? Singular enemy? Who were those 20 other guys she just fought? Her friends? She was at a family reunion and beat everyone's ass for no reason. Her enemy picks her up bridal style. "I'm fine," she grumbles. "Shut up," he says. Such a romantic thing to say after picking up a woman bridal style. "I love you." Shut up. I want to see famous enemies turning to lovers. Like, I want to see Batman and the Joker becoming lovers. In fact, you know what? I'll bet you anything there's already some fan art of that. Come on, internet, don't disappoint me. Yes! I knew it. I knew there'd be a picture of the two of them kissing. Oh, there's a few of them. Quite a few of them, actually. Oh my. Wow, it just keeps going, doesn't it? She's fighting her enemy, even though she's losing a lot of blood. He points his gun at her. "Sit down before you pass out," he says, almost out of breath. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be Mr. Pedantic Pants over here, but the amount of misspellings in this post is ridiculous. And normally I wouldn't care about spelling on TikTok, but this whole niche is text-based storytelling. And this post is only 2 sentences long. I don't think it's asking too much for you to spell check 2 sentences. Was this person writing this in a hurry? Were they trying to post on TikTok while being chased by a bear? This is also an example of another dimension of BookTok, which is that most of the posts are excerpts or synopses from full books, but other posts like this one are just standalone scenarios written specifically for TikTok, which a lot of people are not happy about, apparently. I don't know if this is like a big source of contention on BookTok, excerpts versus scenarios. For some reason, hockey is also a really popular romance trope, and I'm not exactly sure why. If you had asked me what women thought the sexiest sport was, I wouldn't have guessed hockey. I would have guessed croquet. You know how people will say that revealing outfits leave nothing to the imagination? Hockey uniforms leave everything to the imagination. Hockey players are covered head to toe in the biggest, loosest clothing. I don't know, maybe that's why women are into it. There could be anything under that uniform. Your imagination can go wild. Maybe under that uniform, he's got huge arms and ripped legs and 10-pack abs, and every one of his abs has the face of Henry Cavill. That's probably why women like hockey. Wow, this is all pretty weird. But you know what's not weird is today's sponsor, Raycon. You know what one of the most annoying things in the world is? When things don't work the way they're supposed to. My computer, my brain, or worst of all, my earbuds. Before I got my Raycon everyday earbuds, and this is true, I bought 6 pairs of earbuds over the span of 8 months because every one I got kept dying on me. Because most earbuds are garbage. Now, if you're a raccoon, garbage is just fine. But if you're a non-raccoon like me, you need earbuds that are gonna work no fuss, no muss. Like Raycon's best-selling everyday earbuds. They're comfortable, they come in a wide variety of colors to complement any and all skin tones. The black color is my personal favorite. They're easy to use, and they only get more easy to use with every update. You also get awesome features like active noise cancellation, which comes in handy when you're, say, on a flight and you want to shut out the sound of a baby screaming or a man screaming. And Raycon offer a 30-day happiness guarantee with easy returns because they're just that confident in their products. With a 32-hour battery life, you're not gonna need to charge these bad boys often, but even when you do, they got a quick charge function, which means you can get 90 minutes of battery from just 10 minutes of charging. Don't have 10 minutes to spare before you head out the door? Well, you're covered because they've also got wireless charging. You just put the earbuds into the charging capsule and take it with you and you're golden, baby. And hey, while you're at it, why don't you get a stylish protective case cover to keep your charging capsule safe? My everyday earbuds are the earbuds that I use, well, every day, whether I'm walking or biking outside or exercising at the gym. And thank goodness they're weatherproof and sweat resistant because that means I don't have to worry about them getting damaged or sliding out of my ears when I'm being active. So if you want to get a pair of dope earbuds and support my channel at the same time, go to buyraycon.com/makebasin today to get 20 to 50% off site-wide. That's right, you'll get up to 50% off everything on Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/makebasin. Let's get back to the disturbing stuff.
When the hockey star is so obsessed with her after one night that he sabotages his condom to try and keep her, watches every show she's ever been in while sleeping outside her apartment, pierces her name into his baguette.
Whoa, okay. So much to cover in just one sentence. First off, pierces her name into his baguette. Pardon my French, but what the f***? That would hurt so bad. The next game he plays, he can barely move. He's just out there on the ice like, oh, ow, ow, ow. Icing his dick with the ice on the ground to ease the pain. I feel like your baguette wouldn't even function anymore if you put a bunch of piercings into it. And did he do the piercings himself or did he pay someone? Some poor 19-year-old employee was like, oh, please, sir, don't make me do this. I only get paid $7 an hour. Also interesting that he sabotages his own, goalie. I don't know that you can technically sabotage yourself. I feel like the word sabotage implies some level of subterfuge. I don't think you can take yourself by surprise. I'll sabotage myself when I least suspect it. Man, that is one freaky hockey player. National Hockey League, more like a National Horny League. God, I can't imagine being this into somebody that I would want to do all that stuff. But then again, maybe I just haven't found the right woman. Maybe there's a special someone out there that if I met her, I'd be like, I get it now. I do want to pierce this woman's name into my dick. Hey, by the way, if the players who protect the goal are called goalies, shouldn't the players who go after the puck be called puckies? Just saying. Another popular trope is large age gaps, which shockingly is one of the less problematic tropes.
It's against the law. You're my teacher. You're my girl. What if someone finds out? He drops the phone and crashes his lips against mine with a kiss that says, shut up and trust me. Then he leans back and returns to his email. We're picking up the cat after school.
Now again, the thing about reading this stuff out of context is I can't tell what some parts mean. When he says, we're picking up the cat after school, I genuinely don't know if that's a euphemism or if there really is a cat that needs to be picked up and he chose to mention that for some reason. Like in the middle of steamy conversations, he just brings up errands that he needs to run.
You're mine. I can't stand the thought of anyone else having you. By the way, I need to pick up my dry cleaning later. Her almost finishing too fast from sleeping with the 1,000-year-old incubus that's been stalking her.
Wow, now that is an age gap. So that raises an interesting question. If a woman who's a normal human age is dating a being that's hundreds of years older than her, is that a problematic age gap? Because even if the woman is a fully grown adult, the age gap is, it's kind of an age chasm. What's that age gap math rule of thumb thing? The youngest you should date is half your age plus 7. So for a 1,000-year-old dude, that would be 507 years old. Hey, Mr. Incubus, isn't there some nice 500-year-old you could date instead? And why is this woman interested in a guy who's almost 1,000 years years older than her. I mean, I can understand a woman wanting to date someone who's middle-aged, not someone who's from the Middle Ages.
Baby, keep kissing me, he complains. Can I show you something first?
Is it your tits? Hey dude, not smooth. That is way too blunt for sexy talk. You gotta be a little coy, like, oh, you have something to show me, huh? You got a little gift for me? You can't just be like, is it your booby? What if he said that to every woman who asked to show him something? A door-to-door salesperson comes to his door.
Hi, good morning, sir. Do you have a few minutes for me to show you something amazing today?
Is it your tits? No. Then I'm not interested. God, what a tease.
Baby, keep kissing me. Can I show you something first?
Is it your tits?
No, it's a drawing I did.
Then hell yeah, show me. Wait, that makes it sound like he isn't interested in her tits. He got so enthusiastic when she said it was a drawing.
Can I show you something?
Not your tits, is it?
No, it's a drawing.
Oh, then hell yeah, show me.
A drawing of my tits.
For some reason, the Mafia is also a popular theme.
When the Mafia boss is in you and his brother walks into the room for a meeting, you wait for him to stop, but instead he works harder, leaning over you and growling into your ear. I want you to look at him while you finish for me.
Did the Mafia brothers' boss consent to this? It sounds like he's an unwitting participant. Hey Enzo, what's this meeting about? Oh God, come on, again? Hey bro, this is the 4th meeting that you've scheduled with me this week. Is there actually something to discuss, or do you just like it when I walk in on you guys doing it? Stop staring at me. Then we've got Bodyguard romance.
Her bodyguard. I can't f***ing stand her. Also him. Unalive 7 men with a dinner tray for mentioning her name.
Wow. He hates her so much he kills people just for mentioning her name. Oh, I get it. He's secretly into her. Hey, this sounds like enemies to lovers. Man, I'll tell you what, this is my kind of story. Taking down multiple dudes with a dinner tray like he's Jackie Chan or something? That's pretty cool. You'd think after he killed the first guy, the other 6 guys would have taken the hint and not said the woman's name. So this stuff so far is only scratching the surface. As you dig deeper into dark romance, you get into more disturbing things like stalking, kidnapping, violence. Basically every bad thing a man could do to a woman is now being used as smut.
You like the way it hurts? He slaps my again, and this time there's no denying the stifled cry I make. He roughly massages my sore cheek.
Okay, hold on. Which body part is he slapping here? Because I thought the cat emoji implied, you know, but then she talks about her sore cheek, which makes it sound like she's talking about her face. See, this is what I mean about the stuff being confusing without context. I can't tell what's really happening sometimes. I want to write a romance book that's intentionally confusing so that readers can't tell what's actually happening.
The star hockey player pulled her close and said, "Suck my puck."
Ooh, here we go. She's going to suck his puck, huh? I feel like hockey stick would have been a more fitting euphemism, but whatever.
He slowly unzipped his puck.
I guess that means unzipped his pants?
His long puck unfurled out of his pants. She said, "Wow, your puck is so big. Both of them are."
Oh, maybe his pucks are like his balls, I guess?
"And they're absolutely rock hard," she said.
Okay, maybe they're talking about actual hockey pucks?
She looked in his eyes and said, "Your pucks are my favorite part of your body."
Okay, maybe not.
"I'll try to be gentle with your pucks," she said. "You don't need to be gentle with them," he said. "I have plenty more."
Okay, what is a puck supposed to be here?
Puck suckers, available now. When she's obsessed with her stalker because he wears a mask and buys her books, but he won't stop unaliving men for looking at her.
She's obsessed with him? Are they both stalking each other? They're both hiding in bushes watching each other from across the street. That's how 2 stalkers date. I also like that he buys her books. It's kind of meta. What if he bought her this book that they're in right now? It would be so weird to be a stalker. How would you tell people about the woman you're into? Yeah, I've been seeing this new girl recently and I'm crazy about her. Oh, nice. Where did you 2 meet? We haven't.
"Please let me go," she begs as she glances up to her captor, one of her best friends. "No," he answered. "I know you'll leave me. You just don't understand. You are my warmth, my lifeline. If I can't have you, I'll die."
Okay, so this is kind of like enemies to lovers, but not exactly because they started off as friends. So I guess they're frenemies? Frenemies to frovers.
"Run. If I catch you, I f you."
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
"I know." When the cop you've been crushing on turns out to be your obsessed stalker who drugs you, takes you captive, and inks your chest with his name and badge number.
I mean, dude, if this is romance, then so are the Saw movies, you know? Some dark romance feels like it's just a competition to see who can write the most disgusting, filthy content. I mean, look at this. OMG, he made her blow a urinal handle and eat parking lot gum. It was horrible. Title? So I can, you know, avoid it. Dark romance is getting so nasty. I feel like there's gonna be a book about a woman who's just like romantically involved with a straight up up pig. Not a talking pig or a man that can transform into a pig. Just a regular pig on a farm covered in mud and shit. It'll be called
The Forbidden Oink. 200 pages of nothing but boinkin' and oinkin'. Available now.
You know, if someone wrote a book with all of these tropes in one story, it would be like the best-selling book of all time. Yeah. If someone wrote a book like that, I'm someone.
The 90-year-old star hockey player won the big game. In the crowd, the 20-year-old girl he was obsessed with waved at his team, and they all waved back. He unalived all of his teammates with a soup ladle just for looking at her. Then he kidnapped her and spin-kicked her Jackie Chan style. "You like the way it hurts?" he said. He took off his uniform, clocked out of his hockey job, and clocked into his Mafia boss job. "Aren't you my bodyguard?" she said. "You're supposed to protect me." "Yeah, but you're my enemy, so I freaking hate your guts." "I know we're enemies, but I'm falling for you." He looked deep into her eyes, and then he unalived himself for looking at her. With his last dying breath, he said, "By the way, I'm your stalker too." Oops, all tropes available now. Oh wait, no. It's not available now because all the copies have already sold out.
Well, there's a lot more BookTok content out there, but I can't make this video 600 hours long, so I'm gonna end it there. But if you want to see me talk about some other crazy stuff, check out this video. When the cop you've been crushing on turns out to be your obsessed stalker who... Speaking of cops...